Hey guys, this is Ursus, friend of Imagine Your Goddess, doing a full deck profile on my Little Red Riding Hood deck. So first, the ruler, Little Red Riding Hood. Her J activate is pay 0. You can only use this ability if you played a moon this turn. To J activate her, you pay 0 when you play a moon, and she flips. Important thing about her, she has swiftness. The main reason you want to flip her is her enter. Her enter is, this card deals 800 damage to target Resonator. It's really good for just sniping off a lot of high priority targets, dealing damage, stuff like that. And her continuous is at the end of the turn. Well, at the end of your turn, return her to her ruler side. So she's mostly kind of a hit and run kind of ruler. She's not really the best option when it comes to red rulers. She's definitely an interesting choice. I'd probably put her on the bottom of the tier of red, but she does, like, her main problem is she does have a really low defense at 200, so a lot of things can happen, like thunders and blocking Gretel, so yeah. And plus this is going to be a werewolf themed deck, so. Next, 4, Wolf Haunted in Black Forest, 1 drop red. She's a 5 attack, 300 defense, ability continuous when she's destroyed. If you do not control a moon, you take 500 damage. Despite the skill, it's pretty worth it, in my opinion. She's a really good beater early game. Allows for some really fast plays early on, and yeah, she's there. Second is something you will see in a lot of red decks. The Hunter in Black Forest. Basic 300 attack, 300 defense. What really makes him special is the swiftness on him. Makes it so you can just play him turn 1 and swing. So putting it so your opponent starts off the game at 37. Really good attack. Really good 1-drop in any red deck I'd recommend, so yeah, play 4. Next, I have 3, Beowulf the Blazing Wolf. I see a lot of people running 4. I personally only run 3. It's a really heavy hitter. Continuous. If this card would deal damage to your opponent or to a Resonator, it will deal double that much instead. It's a really good ability, especially with like pump spells and things like that. But he does have 300 attack, meaning he will do 600 damage plus whatever other sources are added to him. I usually just use him for combating, well, higher defense targets, bigger creatures, stuff like that, so, things that I can't readily kill off with Little Red or other, Resonators, so, yeah. Next, that 4, Moon Knight Concert. I personally really like this card. His skill is continuous. Whenever you play a normal spell, he gains First Strike and Swiftness. So the First Strike's really good for taking down a lot of combative Resonators on your opponent's side. Secondly, what's really important is that it gives him Swiftness, which means you can play a spell and immediately attack with him. It's really good considering the moons that you play along with this deck are normal spells, so you can play him, play a moon, and immediately swing. It's really good. He's a good easy blocker. Really good for just taking small chunks out of your opponent, and yeah. Second, the star of the deck for Lugaru, the new moon.
There are very few things that are more.
So, first ability is continuous. Each werewolf you control gains swiftness. That's really important, especially considering he himself gains the swiftness from it as well. His second ability is whenever a werewolf attacks, including him, it deals 100 damage to target opponent. And if you control a moon, it deals 200, which is really good, especially when you have a lot of fast spamming werewolves out, like Moon Knight Pouncer or Wolf Haunted in Black Forest, because now not only are they swinging for these 500s, they're swinging an extra 200. Unavoidable, pretty much. Yeah, he allows for a lot of fast plays, and yeah, it's really good. Not to mention, he's a 7/7, so. Next, for the big killers, I have 2 Commander of Wolves. His ability is when he enters, he deals 400 damage to target Resonator for each werewolf you control. With a lot of the small spammable wolves I play, he can easily deal 1200 damage just as soon as he just comes out. He's another card that's really good for taking down really high priority targets, and yeah, it's pretty much there for the killing. Next, we have 2 Little Dread, the Fake Red Man. This one's kind of just a tech choice for me. She's a bit expensive in the deck, so I do like her, the target attack on her, which is really helpful. So her second awakening is when she enters, she gives target Resonator plus 600, minus 600, which in usual cases is a slightly stronger Thunder, but sometimes, considering some situations, it can be a bit of a buff, depending on what you use it on. And her second awakening is pay 1 anything, pay 1 red. When she enters, you can recover target Resonator, you gain control of it, and until the end of the turn, it gains swiftness. This is really good for just dealing that last bit of damage to your opponent. Or if you just want to, like, smash them out of nowhere, just play your late game, steal their huge creature, and swing out. And that's pretty much what she's here for.
I thought you were saying it was a range keyword or something.
On to spells. I play 4 Bloody Moon. This card is a really interesting card. So first of all, it is an addition field moon, so it does activate Little Red Riding Hood's to activate. So there's that, and it's continuous, which is the main portion for this deck. Is that each werewolf you control gains plus 200, and the other. So it really pumps the werewolves. Like it makes Beowulf a lot stronger. It makes Lugaru a lot stronger, and yeah, it just makes everything a lot more beefy. The other really important part about this is that its activate ability, it is banish this card, and you can destroy target special magic stone. That is a really good effect. It can definitely set your opponent back a turn, especially when you see them struggling with only having to deal with a single special stone that they're really relying on. You can just play this, deactivate little red, play any werewolves you need, and then swing and then snipe it off. Other than that, if you need to, just keep your werewolves big, and yeah.
So I'm going to change this.
Next on to Tsukiyomi in Moon City. So I play this for two reasons. One, it's another moon, and two, it has the potential to give any Resonator fly. So, it's the only relevant ability on this is the activate pay 1. I'll put this unit on the bottom of your main deck. Target Resonator gains, you control gains flying until the end of the turn, and then you draw a card. So it's always good to get the free card, but it's mostly there for the flying Resonator, because flying wolves are terrifying. Second, I run to Pale Moons, another card that's mainly in here because it's a moon.
Kieran just got sad because he can catch me, but Jesus.
It's the same cost as Bloody Moon. It's pretty much the same as Bloody Moon, except it targets were-rabbits instead. Its second ability is the other thing I actually use it for. Pay 1 blue, banish this card, and you can return target Resonator to its owner's hand. It's really good against targets that you know you can't kill, but you don't want on the field. So, things that your opponent might not be able to summon out next turn. Things that have like stacked a ton of additions on them. Yeah, stuff like that. Next, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Thunders. Pretty stable, I guess. Deals 500 damage to target player or Resonator. Really good. Really good for either taking out Resonators or just chunking down your opponent with the damage. So, yeah, pretty stable in my opinion. Next, I have 2 Kusanagi swords. So it's enter. It deals 600 damage to target Resonator, which is really good because you just slap it on something and instantly just kill something small. And then its continuous ability. If a Resonator with this would deal damage, it deals that amount of damage plus 200. So it allows for your werewolves to swing even harder. Things like Midnight Pouncer are going from dealing 7 while dealing 5 to 7, and with Lugaru going from dealing 5 to 7 to 9. So yeah. The chunks out of your opponent go really fast. Next, I have 2 Rapid Decays. It's pretty much here to deal with the smaller costing things that get really out of hand, that I just can't take out with either Little Red or a Thunder. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it's there for. And then we have 2 Poison Apples. Ability is target Resonator you control gains 1,000 until the end of the turn, and at the end of the turn, destroy that target. This is really good for cards like Beowulf, Hunter in Black Forest, Wolf Haunted in Black Forest. Just really small things that can get in like really easy amounts of damage. It's really good to just fake out your opponent and swing with a tiny little attacker that they think is insignificant, and then just all of a sudden drop this on them, and then all of a sudden they're taking more than 1,000 damage. And it's worth it because now they're taking so much damage and all you did was get rid of a tiny resonator. It's really, really convenient. But yeah, it's just there for getting in that damage, taking out high priority targets, stuff like that. And then lastly, interesting like card choice of mine is Destructive Flip. Its ability, well, its trigger is at the end of the turn that you're dealt damage. When at the end of the turn you're dealt damage, you can return all rested resonators of your opponent. This is really good for when your opponent outswarms you, and you really need to just like refresh their field. Make sure you can get in like a lot of attacks afterwards. Just make sure they don't kill you with that final attack. And yeah, that's pretty much Ursus on my little Red Riding Hood Werewolf deck profile. Oh, wait, whoops, sorry, almost forgot about stones. So yeah, we play the one little red Pearstone. Yeah, when it enters, you can choose any color, and it becomes that color. You can tap it to produce the chosen attribute, and you can tap it to give a chosen resonator +2/2. It deals a lot of, helps deal with a lot of will issues you might have. Well, not a lot, but if you have any will issues early on or later on, it's really good for dealing with it. It helps keep your resonators alive, so yeah. Next, I have 4 Magic Stone of Heart's Core. Produces either red or blue will. It's good balance between the deck, since the deck is red and blue. The main card I'll be wanting, well, the main stone I'll be wanting to see. And then I have 2, 4, 6 basic redstones. There's not much need to put in any other stones since I'm only running red-blue, and the Heart's Core take cares of both colors. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's the end of the deck profile.